This is Portal Night! I'm Eustace the Monk. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful world that was peaceful and great, and everyone was happy all the time, and everybody got what they wanted for Christmas, and it was just a wonderful place. No one was ever sad ever in this wonderful realm. Then, something called the fracturing happened to this beautiful world, and the world was broken into 44 different island realms that were connected by magic portals. Guarding the portals are evil creatures and miscellaneous fiends and all kinds of goblinry and awful things, and people were sad then. Actually, it seems like the entire realm was depopulated, except for the valiant portal knights. Anyway, this is the transparently bogus backstory behind the game Portal Knights, a crafting RPG game. You make a character choosing from one of 3 professions and customizing them with a moderate amount of cosmetic options. Then you arrive at your first realm, being guided by a surprisingly and quite refreshingly thorough tutorial that guides you through the controls, the fighting, the crafting, and the UI. It helps that the game is really easy to control. The interface is everything you've seen before in games like this, but frankly it feels less like yet another copycat and more like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. WASD moves your character, mouse moves the camera, space bar jumps, that sort of thing. Combat is easy. Left mouse uses the weapon that's highlighted in your toolbar. Holding down the left mouse button will cause your character to continually swing wildly, or continually firing arrows from your bow or whatever. One of the nice things about combat is that it automatically locks onto the creature you're fighting after you hit them, and pressing the space will cause you to do a dodge roll to the right or left or forward or back or however you're running at the time. To unlock, just hit the right mouse button. Each realm is pretty small. It'll only take about 15 or 20 minutes to explore each one, which sounds pretty lousy, but it's actually really refreshing, because you'll have to travel between realms quite a bit in order to gather enough resources to craft the things that you need. There's different biomes, and each biome has different resources to mine or gather. You can warp back to your home base from the map at any time. I guess if your resume says Portal Knight, it's just something that you can do. You don't have to find a portal, you can just kind of will yourself back home. To travel to the different realms, first you need to find a portal frame and craft the correct color portal blocks. Fill in the frame with the portal blocks and you'll rebuild the portal. As you go, there's some realms that'll have more than one portal, so you'll end up exploring all over the known universe. This map keeps track of where you've been and what you can find in each realm. There's boss fights as well, they live in these realms marked with a skull. You can build in any of the realms, putting down different wood, stone, or metal blocks to make houses and bases. You can put down doors and windows and cosmetic furniture as well. Crafting is typical to other crafting games like this. You can craft basic items on your own, but anything more complex you'll need to build crafting structures like workbenches and forges and that kind of thing. Making actual buildings isn't really necessary, but sometimes it's a good idea because as soon as you open the first portal, these Hollow Knight, demon-like types start attacking you every night. They're pretty much just bastards who replicate sometimes at an alarming rate, so if you leave them alone, you'll soon be hip deep in them. Therefore, having a spot to retreat is sometimes helpful, as they don't attack walls or doors or anything like that. The higher the level of the realm, the tougher they are, and sometimes they're just downright dangerous. These ones with the markers over their heads spawn the others, so if you can get in there and kill the ones with the markers, then your problems won't grow quite so fast. Or you can just wait till dawn and they fade away. The actual building system is pretty easy. Just highlight the blocks on your toolbar and hit the left mouse button to put down the block where the frame highlights in the world. It can take some getting used to though, because your building range is completely absurd. You can easily put down blocks that are pretty far away from you just by accident. The character progression is somewhat simplistic. You just click the button to level up once you get enough experience. At certain levels, you can select certain abilities, and most of them are just passive, like earn more experience or take less degradation to mining tools and that kind of thing. There's no special attacks or combos, so combat is a little on the basic side, frankly. It's still fun, but I think a lot would be added by having active level up abilities or some kind of combo system. You can play single player or multiplayer with friends. Even though the game seems designed for multiplayer, unlike other games, the single player experience doesn't suffer from it. The only issue I've come across is that there's no pause feature, which is kind of annoying but not game breaking by any means. Despite being somewhat simplistic, Portal Knights is an absolute blast. The developers are very active, and there's updates coming all the time. They recently added a ghost world that players can explore, although I haven't reached it yet, so frankly I can't comment how good that is. If you're looking for a new crafting kind of action, more of an RPG than Minecraft was, you can't go wrong with Portal Knights. Give it a try, I think it's lots of fun.